Why do narcissists hijack your special moments? I'm exposing them right here, right now. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I am a narcissist negotiation expert, and I am exposing narcissists right here, right now. Why do they hijack your special moments? It's so awful. You're leading up to your special day, whatever it is. Maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's your graduation, maybe it's just a day that you know means a lot to you. And they know it means a lot to you. You've been talking about it for weeks, months, days, years, whatever it is. And so what do? They make sure that they act their absolute worst. Either that day or leading up to that day, they start picking fights. They start picking fights with you. They start picking fights with everybody else. Just absolutely awful. And you cannot believe that they're doing this. And it has to be all about them. Even if you have said, hey, this day is going to be really special. You know, can we please, can I have your support? Can we just not? They have to hijack that time. And you just can't imagine why they would do that. Why do they have to do this? We're going to delve into that in this video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And on this channel and in every single video and all the things that I do, I give you the support that you need to be able to shift that power dynamics so that you can stop that drama, trauma, and chaos and actually have real resources to be able to communicate powerfully, to be able to take back every single bit of your power and in a way that is actually productive so that you have strategy and tactics, whether you're negotiating with them, having a conversation with them, or you just want to be able to get them out of your life. That's what I do. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's be able to break you free. All right. And have real authentic power so that you can actually have a life and joy and freedom in for the rest of your life. Right. And for the rest of you, glad you're here. I am talking today about why narcissists hijack your special moment. Let's talk about what narcissistic personality disorder is. They need to have an endless amount of what we call narcissistic supply. And there's what I call two types of supply: diamond level supply and coal level supply. And diamond level supply is their image. It's how they look to the world. Coal level supply is what I call like that degrading, devaluing, manipulating you. And they need as much of both of them as they can possibly get. It's an addiction really for them. Right. And, you know, if they see anybody getting any other, time, they just don't like it. You know, I talked about this extensively in my book, Slay the Bully: How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win, which is now a national bestseller. So if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you do that at slaythebully.com, because it will really help you to recognize these patterns, which can be vital for dealing with a narcissist. You know, they crave that attention. They crave that admiration. When they see a special day coming up, you know, whether it's a birthday, it's a wedding, it's a graduation, it's a thing, whatever it is, that insecurity just starts to kick in, and they just struggle with somebody getting attention other than them. They just feel like, I'm going to be forgotten in some way. I'm not going to have, you know, importance anymore. And they get jealous and they feel envious and they feel like they're being exposed, like I'm not good enough. And and it diminishes their achievements in some way. For some reason, they feel like it has anything to do with them. And I always have said that, one has nothing to do with the other, obviously. Flowers bloom in a garden. One tulip blooming has nothing to do with another tulip blooming. Stars are shining in the sky. One star shining has nothing to do with another star shining. If many stars shine, then we have a beautiful sky. If many flowers bloom, we have a beautiful garden. It has nothing to do with one, has nothing to do with another, but they somehow feel like it has anything to do with them. And so they just feel this need to one up each other or maintain this superior status, or that if somebody's light shines, it diminishes their light in some way. And so they need to control situations and exert power. And they feel like they're not going to get, if like there's this scarcity mentality in the universe. Like if somebody else is being seen, then they're not going to be seen. They need to invalidate this other person in some way and shadow them in some way. And so they project their insecurities onto this person or their fears, and they have to dampen this person's joy in order to make themselves feel better. It's a defense mechanism in order to make themselves feel better. I don't even know that they necessarily realize that that's what they're doing. I mean, maybe they do, but it's a way for themselves to feel like they're protecting themselves. It's a survival mechanism for themselves. So that's what's going on. And, they just cannot stand that, you're, either getting attention for yourself, or that you're paying attention to somebody else, or anything of the sort. So they're just jealous. That's pure and simple what it comes down to. They don't want your attention to be anywhere else, or that you're going to have attention, somewhere else, because it takes away from them. And they need that supply for themselves. It's a scarcity mentality. It's a fear-based mentality. It's not an abundance mentality. And when you are scared, the root word of scarcity is scared. And when you're clinging on to something so tightly, you're not going to have more of it. That's the problem with the scarcity mentality. When you let go, you actually have more of. When you're grateful for, you actually have more of. When you're in receiving mode, you actually are allowing more to come into your life. And I want you to know if you all understand what it is that I'm saying and if you agree. So if you agree, I want you to put agree in the comments below. So that's the beautiful thing. And it's sad for them. It's sad for them that that's how they feel. But we can send them light, and we can send them, all the goodness, but over there, right? You cannot compromise yourself for their sake, because they will drain you dry of all of your love and goodness, because they choose people who have what I call leaky boundaries. They're going to look for those holes in your boundaries, and they're going to poke holes in those boundaries and take advantage of you. So you have to establish limits from yourself being violated or manipulated, because they're going to come back and look for that and try to continue to get supply from you and try to manipulate you and violate you and continue to get from you as much as they possibly can until you're just drained dry. All right. So you have to establish firm, clear boundaries with narcissistic individuals. And if you don't, you're never going to be free. So you have to define what is clear and what isn't, and have that acceptable behavior from them. Otherwise, you're not safeguarding your own mental health, your own emotional well-being. And utilize that gray rock method. So, which is sort of like just being a gray rock, like as boring as possible. That's what that means. You define how people will treat you. There's a saying that says, if you don't like being treated like a doormat, then get up off the floor. And I know that sounds harsh, but that's what you got to do. Believe me, if it seems scary, but honestly, they're way more afraid of you than you are of them. Okay. Start having that emotional support system around you. And then the more you start pushing back, the more you start being less afraid of them, the more they're going to be like, oh, there's a new game in town over here. I'm not, that person's not the one that I can bully anymore. And they're just going to go find supply in a different place. It's like the bully from A Christmas Story. Okay. So find that network of friends that you can go after, go to for support rather, and go to them, line them up, have it be the ones that you can actually go to support for, not people that you're going to go have bitch sessions about, because, that doesn't help you. People are going to be uplifting for you. Right. So I have a free Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. Go join them. And I have a free Crush My Negotiation Prep worksheet for you too, which you can get at winmynegotiation.com. If you're going to negotiate with them, make sure you can grab that. I also have a free Disarm the Narc phrases, which you can go get, disarmthenarc.com. Get those as well. That'll help you. So, it's just a place for you to get started. And if you need additional support, you need therapy, I have a sponsor on this channel, which is BetterHelp. You can go to betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung to get help and access to therapy. We receive commissions on it. It doesn't cost you one single penny extra. We just want you to have access to help and support and resources that you can trust. All right. So make sure you're preparing mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're going to need it. I call it strength training in my book, Slay the Bully. Make sure you check out my book too if you need it. Restructure your expectations to anticipate those potential issues. And you know that if you've got something coming up, know that this is what's going to happen. So get, prepared for that. Seek your professional advice, and just know that this is what's going to be happening. All right. Have some empathy and compassion for yourself when you know that this is going to be coming up. Don't be so hard on yourself either, and that's why having support groups really will help you as well. Talking to other people who are dealing with it will definitely help you. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a share. Make sure you drop me that comment as well. I'd love to hear back from you. I'd love to hear more about what you guys are dealing with and how other ways that narcissists have hijacked your special moments as well. So I have another video called Learn This, Become Non-Reactive to a Narcissist, which I think would be really helpful for you as well. That's the next video that I want you to watch. Learn this to become non-reactive to a narcissist. All right. So let's go watch that video next. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that next. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. And then we're going to go watch that next video. Learn this to become non-reactive to a narcissist. All right. So I will see you in that next video. And remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life.